This video continues our look at the MerlinXL report library, and in particular how to download a MerlinXL worksheet or workbook. A MerlinXL report is a report that's been built in Excel rather than downloaded from an HFM report or grid. We start by selecting the MerlinXL ribbon tab and selecting the report library option from the report wizard menu. To access the list of MerlinXL reports that have been prepared by the wizard administrators, select the Shared tab. Then locate the report you want to download. Remembering that the filtering controlled by the radio buttons at the bottom of the form will determine whether you can see individual worksheet reports or entire workbook reports. When you select the report item, the point of view on the right-hand side is modified to display only the active dimensions for this report. As we saw with the workspace reports, we can choose the initial point of view before downloading the report by double-clicking on one of the dimensions in the right-hand point of view panel. When the header and OK button turn orange, it means you're in the Choose Point of View form, where you can select members from the initial point of view, and when you select OK, it returns to the Report Library form. In the Report Library form, with the blue header and OK button, select OK to download the selected reports. And the MerlinXL report, populated with the data from the selected point of view, will be added to your active workbook. As you can see, the power and flexibility of Excel allows you to be much more creative with the sort of reports that you can create with MerlinXL compared to the standard HFM forms and grids. And with MerlinXL, the types of reports that you can create is really only limited by your ability with Excel. The MerlinXL ribbon and point of view panel allows report designers to concentrate on building the reports, while MerlinXL handles the interaction between the users and HFM. So let's have a look at how using dimension favorites can improve the interactivity between the user and HFM. The worksheet point of view panel on the left-hand side here allows you to quickly change the background point of view. Clicking on the right-hand side of the dimension description displays a drop-down of the selected favorites for this dimension, making changing of the background point of view of your report quick and easy. Once you set up the favorites for a dimension, they are available to select for all future MerlinXL reports. Clicking on the right-hand side of the member description button displays the favorites drop-down. Clicking anywhere else on the button, however, displays the background point of view form. All the selected favorites for a dimension are displayed in the Favorites tab, and in the Dimension tab you can choose from the entire dimension hierarchy. And as you navigate through the hierarchy, favorite members are identified with the heart icon. To add a member to the favorites list, right-click on the member node in the tree view and select the Add to Favorites option. And it's the same process if you want to remove a member from the favorites list. And you'll see that the favourite member has also been added to the drop-down list in the point of view panel. Let's go back to the report library now and download another report. Note that in the report library form the initial point of view is always taken from the active worksheet. And this time we'll select a more conventional report. You can see that the report is added as a new worksheet in the existing workbook. Existing reports are unchanged. All Merlin reports are fully interactive and support drill down. For example, wherever you see the plus symbol in the border column, double-clicking on a data cell will drill down to the child members. This sort of dynamic interaction with the report makes analysis quick and simple and cuts down on the number of supporting schedules that are required. So let's have a look at some other interactive functionality, particularly the right-click context menu. In addition to double-click to drill down, MerlinXL also provides additional analysis functionality on the right-click button. When you right-click on a data cell in a MerlinXL report, at the top of the context menu there is an additional MerlinXL option, which has a sub-menu of additional analysis features. The top one being the Cell POV analysis, which when selected displays the point of view of the active cell, which can be a useful double check, particularly as often the custom dimensions are hidden. And this pop-up form will disappear as soon as you click away from it. Let's look again at the cell POV analysis form because it provides a number of ways of analysing the cell that you clicked on. If you select one of the dimension buttons, in this case I'm going to select the entity dimension button, it will insert the child members of that dimension into the report. In this case I've inserted the child members of the top entity France into the report, giving an analysis of the account that we clicked on. So remember, double-clicking will insert the child members of the dimension already specified in the report, whereas right-clicking and selecting the Cell POV Analysis Dimension button will allow you to choose which dimension you want to insert into the report when you drill down. And once you've inserted members from an alternative dimension, now when you double-click on that row, it will drill down on the newly inserted dimension members. So this right-click feature improves your analysis capabilities by allowing you to choose the dimension you want to drill down on. But supposing you want to see more than just the child members. Back in the Cell POV analysis form, this time we'll click on the right of the dimension button, where we can choose the level of analysis we want to go to. For example, the base option will give us a report detailing all the base members of the dimension we selected. However, base members could give us too many members to insert in our original report, so the base member analysis of the cell's point of view are put into a data table in a separate sheet. The data table report has given us an analysis of the point of view of the cell we clicked on, analysed over the base members of a chosen dimension, and we note that the total of the data table equals the cell that we clicked on. We look at data tables in more detail in a later report, but hopefully you can see how quick and easy it is to analyse the data in a cell over any level of detail. So far we've only looked at downloading individual worksheet reports, so let's look now at how you can download a workbook consisting of multiple reports. Back in the report library, we can see that this view is filtered to display only worksheet reports. But by selecting the Workbooks filter option, we now view the saved workbook reports identified with their green icon. Selecting a report item on the left filters the point of view panel on the right to display only the active dimensions for this report, and the initial point of view we set before downloading the report will be applied to all the worksheets in all the workbooks we download. Once downloaded, all workbook reports will have a contents page listing all the worksheets in the workbook and their current point of view and when they were last refreshed. The workbook can contain many different types of reports, all set to the same point of view. And of course, with reports in Excel, the style and formatting of the reports is virtually unlimited. Using the POV panel, we can change the point of view of an individual worksheet. And if we go to the Contents page, we can see the point of view of each individual worksheet, and any sheet where the point of view differs from the worksheet on the Contents page is highlighted in green. When working with workbook reports, there are times when you are going to want to be able to change the background point of view of all the worksheets in the workbook. When you change the point of view on the Contents page, it updates the point of view and data on all the worksheets in the workbook. So here, for example, if we wanted to update all the worksheets in the workbook to May, by setting the point of view on the Contents page, we update the entire workbook in one go. And this ensures your data is consistent across the workbook. So by allowing you to view and control the point of view of the entire workbook, the Contents page is a very useful addition to a workbook report.